We have previously seen question number 1, 2, 3 and 4 of practice set 1.2. Let's see further. Question number 5. Write the answers to the following questions with reference to the figure. So here one figure is given of line having points T, S, R, P and Q, and we have to solve the given questions with the help of this figure or with the help of this line. So first one is write the name of the opposite ray of ray RP. So let's see where is RP in the figure. Yes, here it is RP and the last point, the point after it is Q. But we have to consider it as ray RP only. Okay, so we have to find the opposite ray of ray RP, which means the ray which we are going to answer, it should direct opposite to this. Means if RP is directing to the right side, then our ray, the answer should be the ray which is directing to the left side. Okay, so there are two ray we can write, RS and RT, and here R should be present, means here the common origin between both the ray is R. Okay, because the ray is starting from R point, the ray in question is RP, it starts from point R. That's why our answer also should have R present. Okay, so the two possible answers are RS or ray RT. So our ray RS or ray RT is opposite of ray RP. Easy. Second one, write the intersection set of ray PQ and ray RP. Here we have to find the intersection between ray PQ and ray RP. Intersection means the common points between these set, that is PQ and RP. We will consider it as a set because we have to find intersection set. So here PQ has elements P and Q. Okay, here the endpoint is P and after Q there is arrow, which means there are many points present there. And in ray RP the endpoint is point R and after P there is arrow, but between that arrow and point P there is also point Q present there, which means Q is also a part of ray RP because ray RP के बाद जितने भी पॉइंट्स हैं दे आर द पार्ट ऑफ दिस रे. ओके, बिकॉज if there is a arrow, this shows there are n numbers of infinite numbers of points present. So therefore Q is also a part of RP. So here the intersection set will be PQ itself because PQ is present in ray PQ also and in ray RP also. Therefore intersection set of ray PQ and ray RP is ray PQ. In this way you have to write this. Third one, write the union set of ray PQ and ray QR. Here we have to find the union set, means we have to write all the elements of PQ and QR. First of all, let's see what are the elements, what are the points of this ray PQ and QR. So here you can see PQ. It has only 2 points P and Q. And in ray QR, there are points Q and R, but after R, here Q is an endpoint, but after R there is an arrow, and between that arrow and R there is 2 points also, T and S. Okay, so which means the point T and point S are a part of this ray QR. Okay, so when we are talking about ray PQ, we are including 2 points P and Q. When we are talking about QR, then we are including point Q, R, S and T. And if we are talking about both of these rays, then all the points will be included here. Okay, that is PQ in PQ and QR, ST in ray QR. Therefore, the union of ray PQ and ray QR is line QR because all the points present in this figure, they make together a line. Therefore, the answer of this one is line QR. Next, fourth one, state the rays of which sec QR is a subset. Subset means it is a part of which ray. When sec QR is a part of which ray. So here we have to write name of rays. Okay. So if we will consider QR as a ray. In QR there is endpoint Q and the points after ray also be considered as a part of this ray. But segment QR is also a part of this ray. If we are saying QR, ray QR, then seg QR is also a part of this. Therefore, sec QR is a subset of ray QR. And if we will talk about ray RQ, okay, here R is a endpoint, but if we will talk about seg QR, then it is also a part of ray RQ. So we get two answers. Seg QR is a subset of ray QR and ray RQ. In fifth one, we have to write the pair of opposite rays with common endpoint R. Okay, so opposite rays are the rays they are directing to the opposite side of each other. Okay, so but we have to take a common point as R. So if we will see point ray RP, okay, ray RP is directing opposite to the ray RS. So our opposite rays will be ray RP and ray RS. Okay. Sixth one, write any two rays with common endpoint S. So here common endpoint we have to take it as S. If they are directing in the same direction, there is no problem because here opposite rays are not asked. So answer can be ray ST and ray SR. Okay, they are two rays and they are having endpoint as S. Okay, so it is easy. Seventh one, write the intersection set of ray SP and ray ST. Here we have to find the intersection between SP and ST. The intersection of ray SP and ray ST is point S because there is nothing common between them. So there is only a point common, that is point S, because both of them are directing opposite to each other. Okay, so that's why the common between them is only a point and that point is point S. Question number 6. Answer the questions with the help of figure. So here a figure is given. There are many points on it and their coordinates. Okay. So let's see what is first one. State the points which are equidistant from point B. Okay. So first of all we will see where is B and we have to find the points which are equidistant. Means those 2 points, if we measure the distance from point B, both of the points should be of equal distance. Means if one point is 2 units far from B, then other should also be 2 units far from B. Okay, so let's see what are those points. First one can be point A and point C, because the coordinate of point A is 0 and coordinate of point C is 4 and the coordinate of our point B is 2. So the distance between 2 and 4 is 2, that means 4 minus 2 is 2, and the distance between 2 and 0, that is 2 minus 0 is also 2. So here they are equidistant, means the distance from point B of point A and point C is 2. So they are equidistant. So the answer can be point A and point C. And if we have to find one more, then we can also write point P and point D, because the coordinate of point P is minus 2 and the coordinate of point D is 6. Okay, and the coordinate of point B is 2. So 6 minus 2 is also 4 and 2 minus minus 2 is also 4. That means the distance between B and D is same and the distance between P and B is also same. So therefore these points are also equidistant from point B. Okay, so the two answers we get is point A and point C, point P and point D. Second question in question number 6 is write a pair of points equidistant from point Q. So let's see where is point Q. It has coordinate -4. So we have to find the equidistant from point Q. You can see point R and point P. Okay, the distance between point Q and point P is 2 and the distance between point R and point Q is 2. Okay, because P has coordinate -2 and Q has -4. So -2 minus -4 is 2, and also -4 minus -6 is 2 itself. So therefore point R and point P are pair of points equidistant from point Q. Let's see the third sub question of question number 6. Find the distance between U and V, distance between P and C, distance between V and U, and distance between U and L. So this we have done so many times. Similarly, we have to do here also. We have to find the distance of point U and point V. It is given in the diagram. Okay. So let's see. First of all, the coordinate of both the points. The coordinate of point U is -5. It is not given in the figure, but we can take it as -5 because U is present between -4 and -6. So it is automatically -5. And the coordinate of point V is 5. It is also not given, but as it is present in between 4 and 6, so it has to be 5. So the coordinate of U is -5. The coordinate of V is 5. 5 is greater than -5. Therefore, the distance between point U and point V is equals to greater coordinate minus smaller coordinate. That is 5 minus -5, which is equals to 5 plus 5. Okay, minus is plus. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So therefore, the distance between U and V is 10 units. Next, we have to find the distance between point P and point C. It has the coordinate of point P is -2. The coordinate of point C is 4. It is given, you can clearly see in the diagram in the figure. So here 4 is greater than -2. Okay, 4 is a positive number. So therefore the distance between point P and point C is equals to greater coordinate minus smaller coordinate, that is 4 minus -2. Okay, again minus is plus, therefore 4 plus 2 is equals to 6. So therefore distance between point P and point C is equals to 6 units. Let's find the distance between point V and B. The coordinate of point V is 5. The coordinate of point B is 2. You can see in the diagram. 5 is greater than 2. Therefore, the distance between point V and point B is equals to greater coordinate minus smaller coordinate. We will substitute our given data. So 5 minus 2 is 3. Therefore, the distance between point V and point B is equals to 3 units. Next, distance between point U and point L. The coordinate of point U is -5. The coordinate of point L is -3, and here -3 is greater than -5 because both are negative numbers. Therefore, the distance between U and L is equals to greater coordinate minus smaller coordinate. And greater coordinate is -3, smaller is -5. So we will substitute it. -3 minus -5. So minus will be plus. So -3 plus 5. Then minus plus is again minus. So we will subtract 5 minus 3 and we will get 2 and the sign of the greater number. So therefore the distance between point U and point L is equals to 2 units. So here we completed our exercise 1.2 and it was very easy. Everything was very easy. I hope you have understood each and every sum very clearly and easily, and keep practicing all the sums again and again.